Andrea, and I want to show you how to use gouache. This is Ultrac Permanent White Series 1, mainly gum Arabic. And the brush that I'm gonna use is by Ultrac, and it's number 0, round series, very helpful to draw thin lines and just create the highlights. This is the painting that I'm going to use for demonstration. This is already finished. Basically, I painted this rose and I left all the areas that needed the highlights and all the little spots that I could show you how to use the gouache. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so I'm starting to add light to the petals with a little bit of medium on the brush, and I draw the lines very carefully along the edges, and here I'm spreading it around, but I don't know if you noticed earlier, I dipped my brush back in the water, sort of getting rid of the excess of gouache and at the same time adding more water to the brush, and then make that smooth move, some spreading the gouache. And I also use a very thin brush. It's the number 0. And like I mentioned earlier, this one is also by Ultrac. Kind of use your imagination too, like whatever you see that the petals were lighter, then they will definitely need some light to it. So again, you start with a thicker amount of gouache on your brush. You draw the line or just drop a little bit of the paint on the petal, then put that brush back in the water, get rid of some water. You can use a towel to wipe it off too if it's too much water. Then go over the same line and smooth it as you go. It's like making white shadows. And everything takes some practice, but once you get the feel of it, you'll see how easy it is. And again, you'll be able to use your own imagination and figure out where you need more light and how the spreading of the medium is easy. And I mentioned earlier that I use a towel. Well, I generally put my paper, the watercolor paper, and also all the watercolors and brushes on the towel. And so basically it's so I can constantly wipe my brush either off the water or off the paint. So here we're moving to the background, the surface. So this surface was dry. I left it dry. I only used blue color, and now here we're adding on top of that the gouache. So see how it starts sort of blend in with the blue, but it still stays on top of it because the previous paint was already dry. But here you can add, like now I'm adding more of that blue, and you see how beautifully it just blends in with the gouache, and it gives you that nice color. So this is basically how I paint the skies. I add different blues, shades of blues, and I always use the gouache. Now this one I'm gonna try to show you when your surface is not dry, you don't have anything painted yet, but you mix those two, the medium and the color, as you go. So basically half of my brush has that red pink color and half of it is loaded with the medium, and then you just paint together, and then you can add, now I'm gonna add a little more of those two and just see how it mixes as you go. And you also have to, of course, wipe off your brush sometimes, dip it in the water when you have too much of it, because later it's easier to mix it actually when you don't have much of the color on the brush. but just keep playing with it. Keep going over it until you achieve the color that you want. But so this demonstration number 3 is actually how to use gouache not on a dry surface, but so you can mix it as you go. Here for number 5, I just wanted to show you how you can mix colors as you go. So you dip your brush in 2 different colors and you just create a new color. So this was a red with some actually yellow and orange, and this one is green and yellow. Look how beautifully this looks.